Good morning. Sorry, we're super late today. Oh, and I have already. Good gravy. Okay. Hold on, let me adjust this just a touch. Hat. Sheesh. There we go. So. Oh, crap. Just get rid of my. Okay. I'm gonna keep painting on this guy today. I'm wearing a hat. I also just got back from Chick-fil-A, drinking their delicious frozen lemonade, frosted lemonade. It's super good. Oh. All right. Sorry we're so late. I had a doctor's appointment. It went longer than expected. But it's good for things are going well. $16 viewers already. That's great. Usually it takes us a while to get anybody watching. But I want to get this guy done soon so we can do something else. You know? Although I am enjoying painting him. It's been fun. Details and what I want you to critique sounds good. Sounds good. Are we looking at the druid girl? Is that what you're doing? Because I wouldn't mind the opportunity to paint over on her. But whatever you want, really. A new like, Biano Lima. Thank you. So I still haven't figured out if there's a way to get comments. It'd be cool if you could get comments from like Facebook and YouTube live to show up on what I'm looking at here, but so far they don't. I still haven't read all the comments from yesterday's stream or since we started doing it this way, so it shows up on Facebook. I still haven't looked at all the comments and everything, so I apologize if you guys have been commenting and I haven't been able to see it. I'm gonna try to find out if there's a way to integrate all everything into one chat, but I don't know if it's possible. It'd be handy. Again, hello. How are things in your neck of the woods? It's evening for you, right? Say good morning. Morning for me, evening for you. New follower, Thandalwathu Solani Zola. Thank you for the follow and welcome. $5.37. Whoa. Someone else liked the stream. Thank you. I almost just decided not to stream today because it was so late. We should have been streaming for almost 2 hours by now, but Green marshmallows. Hello. Gee, looks weird now. Oh, bummer. Felicia, thank you. Oh, I can put my voice up. I replaced the cord on my microphone. I'm hoping, did it fix the fan sound or whatever that was happening before? I'm curious. Sounds good to me. A little noise in the background, but it's okay. Okay. Sweet. So, anybody who noticed the clicking or the fan sound that people were talking about the other day? I'm hoping that's gone. I just happen to have an extra cord that I could use for the microphone, which was handy. Young Bazee, welcome, thank you. What is the mailbox thing? I don't understand. Oh yeah, I forgot to end the stream. I realized that. I got back, so I left for like an hour. Came back, sat down to get to work, and then noticed these comments. Oh hey, you're still streaming. I was like, oh crap. That was after I'd checked my mail and stuff that was on my desk. Is that what you're talking about, Ega? Mailbox? How's your day going? It's going fine. Not bad. Went to the doctor this morning to see if... trying to figure out what's going on with my back. Because tried the chiropractor, that didn't really work. Went to physical therapy for a while and that didn't work. So today we took some x-rays to see if there's anything going on that's beyond just whatever, I don't know. So we'll see. When should you submit? Whenever. Leslie, hello. Before the stream. Yeah, like any time before the stream starts tomorrow. Andrzej Sinkovics. Sorry if I butchered that. Thank you. I'm here at the beginning of the day since you started later. Yeah. Woohoo! Bad back and hip pain due to years of hour horse riding and getting thrown off more times than I can count. Yeah. My mom's cousins were all rodeo guys. And they all are in bad shape because of it. One of them actually, he's in a wheelchair because he got thrown off a horse, landed on his head, and just paralyzed. Yeah. I have a cousin who she runs a barn, takes care of horses, trains horses and stuff, and her husband is kind of he gets saddled with the troublemaking horses, so he gets thrown off all the time. I'm kind of scared for them, but running horses is no joke. I totally understand people who are scared of them. Show jumping. Worst fall almost shattered my coccyx. Yeah. Which had unknown back issues. Then, though, because he was a racehorse before. Dang. I have a friend who she does horseback archery. She lives close to the woods, and so she set up all these targets through the woods, and she does horseback archery. I was like, that is so cool. Like some medieval heroine. It's awesome. Happy 500. Thank you. Yeah, it does just scream brave, huh? She's always been... So I went to school with her. She's always been super into animals and drawing animals and stuff. And after she graduated, she kind of just started it up. It's a hobby. And I was super into it, which is really cool. I'm glad I didn't do anything embarrassing after having left my stream running. It would have been really embarrassing if you'd caught me eating boogers after all that time I talk about how they gross me out. Mark Srisurin, welcome and thank you. Yeah. Luckily, it was just an empty room. I don't eat my boogers, by the way. That just would have been kind of funny. Behind the scenes, no. I was afraid about that also. I wrote to Leslie to tell her to send you a message on Insta because I don't have Insta. I got it, that message, but I didn't get it until like last night or this morning because I went to my like filtered inbox or whatever. But Instagram, oopsie. Tagged you on Discord too, just deleted it because you'd caught it. Yeah, I saw that too. But I didn't see, like, I caught it after I got back. Sat down, went through the mail, and then I looked up and saw, like, because someone had, like, commented, like, hey, you're still live, by the way. I was like, oh, crap. He's almost got to see me stream stuff I shouldn't be streaming. You know, like Asri Hashim? Thank you. Hashim? What? Markansas 28? Thank you. Appreciate that. You're the first person to donate with the new donation alert sound with the zombie thank you from my kids. You'll have naked school dreams, but yours is much better. Wait, what? Did I miss something about naked school dreams? Might affect Twitch average viewers. Oh. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, that's fine. Twitch streams eating your booger after stream. Yeah. That would have been quite something. I did have weird dreams yesterday. Or last night. That were, like, I dreamed I was talking to this guy and he kept doing this, like lifting his arms up while he was talking to me, and his, like, the BO was so bad that I almost died. which was weird because it's like, you know, dreams are weird. It's how your brain can convince you that you're smelling something or feeling something that you're not. It's bonkers. Poo lover. Egga, you poo lover. Good thing you turned it off before you started eating boogers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have a sad story. So, when my wife was pregnant with our first, I feel really bad still about this. She got really sick and threw up all over the bathroom floor because she couldn't quite make it to the toilet, you know. And I went in there to clean it up, and like I had like a bunch of like a big old wad of paper towels that I was, you know, scooping it up with, and I like just the feel of it, like I almost lost it. Like I came really, really close to throwing up, and so she ended up cleaning it up herself, which I felt really bad. I still feel bad about that. I've gotten a lot better at cleaning up throw up, though. I've had to do it quite a bit since then. Joints are looking really cool. Thank you. Eating dinner. Sorry. Sorry. Talking about boogers and barf and BO while you're eating dinner. It's probably not the best. Best thing. At least I did try. I thought this was an art stream. It is, I'm sorry. What the? Device battery can't be low because it's plugged in. Silly computer. Unless it's talking about my keyboard or something. Well, hello, AJ. I was 5 and ate rice and started playing under the table, and all the rice came out of my nose. Yum. Hello, Denaya. We've missed you. How's your work going? Your job that keeps you from joining us most of the time. Mickey head, but it's not finished. There are some frames missing. Mickey head. Did you say frames missing? Does that mean like an animation or what? I'm doing well. Most of the people in the stream seem like they're doing well, which is great. Hey Bishop, how are you doing? I am doing well, thank you. Got my regulars in the stream, which is awesome. You guys are awesome. Leslie, what? Do we need to talk? Dean Naya, let's see. Discord, where are you? Oh, it is an animation. That's awesome. That's so cool. So I guess you've been having fun with your course. Michelle Burke, I know you, right? Unless it's a different Michelle Burke. Mark Kansas 28. Hey Randy, been following your work from the X-Men until now. Just another thing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. How are you doing, Mark? I'm assuming your name is Mark, right? Where are you from? What's your story? Tell us everything. Nims Arts, thank you. Yeah, the Mickey animation is looking rad. It looks like fun. Looks like you were having fun. New follower, Requiescent. Thank you. And welcome. I think I just need to focus on one thing at a time. I'm getting distracted, jumping all over the place. Mark from Tel Aviv. I'll dry as well, doing lots of comic drawings and stuff. That's great. You're our first from Tel Aviv, I think, in the chat. Very cool. Your follower, Yarsif, welcome, thank you. this really the right bishop? Oh man. Been obsessed with your stuff since forever. Thank you. Appreciate that. How are you doing? Where are you from? New follower, Jatai Almanzor. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Canada. Nice. What part of Canada? I've only ever been to Toronto, but spread the word the writing bishops on Twitch. There should be 100,000 times more followers. I could agree with that. Wouldn't mind having, what was it, 5 million followers? Be cool. Just made the long haul move across Canada at the beginning of this month from east coast to west. That is a long way. Did you move for work or just for the heck of it? And follower Shell Upload PHP. Welcome. Let's see. I have to get going. Sorry I couldn't stay along for the stream. It's my anniversary. It's going to celebrate. Well, happy anniversary. Congratulations. Congratulations. COVID definitely opened up the remote world for me. Moved to be able to afford a house and have some space. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, enjoy your day, Mutant Marshmallows. And happy anniversary. Thanks for stopping in. up to nowadays? You're working for any studios? Remotely, yes. Currently, I'm working with Rodeo Effects, who they are like an effects house that they're trying now to establish like an animation studio. So they've got a bunch of properties that they're developing. They're basically just doing biz dev for like 10 films and some animated series and that sort of stuff. So I'm in Montreal. Obviously I'm not in Montreal, I'm in Idaho, but yeah, I just barely started working with them, which they're in a really exciting spot because they're like, head of the company just told them like, hey, let's do animation, and we'll, he just kind of gave them free reign to develop some ideas and do whatever you want type deal. Just come up with a bunch of ideas, just develop some ideas, do some fun stuff. And so that's what they've been doing, and it's been like, I'm really jealous because they've already got all their infrastructure in place. They've got their own render farm. They've got access to like all the resources that they could want, and they just, it's like a nirvana. It's bonkers. So it's really exciting to be part of that. And they're really cool people too. People there and saw them posting looking for modelers. Get to know they're willing to work remote and with freelancers. We talked a couple months ago. Did like a whole interview with everybody like a couple months ago, and they were asking me about relocating. And they're like, it wouldn't be like a right away thing. You would, but I could tell that's kind of what they wanted. But we're gonna see how it goes, I guess. Because I don't want to leave Idaho. I really like where I'm at, but I mean, they said, we'll, it's like there's no like end date to the arrangement, so it's just kind of like we're just going for it, and then I guess we'll see where it goes. But last year I was working with Axis Animation in Scotland, and they're one of my favorite clients. I've done a lot of work for them over the years, and they did their first, I think it was their first like feature animation that they're really excited about, which that one was a lot of fun to work on. And that was my first like feature that I was like working full time on. did some other like low budget sort of straight to DVD sort of movies, but nothing, you know, awesome. But that project was really cool. Yeah, COVID, like you said, COVID kind of opened up the whole working from home freelancer situation in the animation world, which I'm hoping is something that's gonna stick. We'll see. Still a lot of management wanting to push for people in-house, yeah. Super close to moving the family to Finland a few months back. Wow. Never worked in games. Kind of. I've done some stuff for like game cinematics. I've never done concept work for games. I've done like redesigns for like existing characters. But I've never really worked in games. I would never say that. Like the work I've done for games has been for animation studios who get hired to do cinematics for games, if that makes sense. It is a new digital world. I'm hoping. It's been, I mean, yeah, it's been good so far. You know, like this whole situation with rodeo effects, I'm not sure if that would have worked, or if they would have even reached out if it wasn't for the fact that at the time they did reach out, everybody was still working remotely. In fact, they might still be working remotely out there. I'm not sure, but it's definitely as tragic as a lot of the situation has been around the pandemic and stuff. It's been good for animation. Ever considered game dev? You wouldn't believe how often your art is plastered on movie inspiration boards. I don't know. I thought about it, but I've talked to a few people who've worked in games, and I've talked to a couple of different studios, and I'm like, I'm not part of the whole game culture. Right? I don't play games. I'm not into it. And like I was talking to Riot at one point. They're like, so how do you like? They were asking me about the game. I was like, I've never played it. I have no idea what you're talking about. And they're like, oh, you have to play the game if you work here. You have to play the game. So I, jumped online and I was playing it, and all these people were like, what the? They're all cussing me out and stuff. What are you doing? Get out of here. You suck. I'm like, I know I suck. I I've never done this before. Anyway, and then like the culture, I think the culture is just a little different, you know. Animation, you're creating, like for the most part, you're creating like family-friendly content all day. So there's kind of, it's like a different atmosphere, a different sort of attitude. I've talked to a couple of friends who have worked in gaming studios that say like the environment was just really kind of toxic, and but I mean I know it's only a couple different cases, but I don't know. I'm just not into games, so I haven't. Sounds like you talked to the wrong hiring managers, maybe. I mean, I'd be open to the idea. I just have never, I mean, I've never done it, and I'm like passionate about animation, so I'm not, you know, I'm kind of indifferent towards games, so I've never really tried for that stuff, if that makes sense. Right, everyone who works here is a gamer mentality is just toxic gatekeeping. Who you're playing competitive multiplayer are not the whole industry, they just bring in the big cash. So I'm assuming you work in games. Is that right? Is it Yarsef? Harsef? Jarsef? How do you say that? Exactly right. He's pronouncing Joseph like Jarsef? So Jarsef, you work in games? Beeson Man. Found that small funded indie studios are the sweet spot. Super nice, hardworking people. Yeah. I've done a very, very small amount of work for larger studios. And yeah, it just is, it feels kind of impersonal. But I've never worked in-house at a bigger studio, so I have a lot of friends who work at, in different studios, and they all, like, most of them love it. Love being part of a big team and working on lots of different big budget projects and stuff. But I mean, all my clients have been, for the most part, smaller studios and institutions and things, so, and I've liked it. What do you guys think? Is that Rahat Al Yisin? Thank you. I'm a character artist in games for a little bit now, taking next steps now though, and starting an art studio. Nice. That's awesome. That's my dream, is to establish my own little animation studio here in Idaho. Poach a bunch of people from all over the place. Work on some cool projects together. That's the plan. But Jeremiah Goodwin, welcome back and thank you. So when you say art studio, what exactly does that mean? Like, what would the studio do? Yeah, if you if you join the I don't know if you have the Discord or whatever, but if you join the Discord, we've got a page there, or a channel there. People have been posting their portfolios and stuff. If you want to post a link to your portfolio in the chat, I think I have to give you permission for that. I might need Leslie's help on how to do that. If she's still around. She's been suspiciously quiet for a little while. Hopefully cooking up more dad jokes. let's see. Let me. I don't know if that. Oh, look at that. It worked. So you got a minute, you can repost that link if you want. Oh, there's I need to make a Discord command. I haven't done that yet. Alright, Joseph, let's have a look. Okay, cool. There's some fun stuff in here. I really like all the more angular stuff where you can see all the I really like being able to see how people communicate planes and all of that. I think it's super cool. That's cool. Pretty old stuff. It's still cool stuff. So trying to fit a smaller niche, more specific niche, more consultation and pre-production. I want to work with cool and weird. Yes, nice. I'm getting too caught up in details here again. Oh, sheesh. Okay, cool. Cool. I guess it only gives you permission for one link at a time, or one. Maybe the minute was up or something. Ega, welcome back. Hopefully it wasn't, said it was urgent. Hopefully it wasn't like emergency urgent. Hopefully it was just diarrhea. Since you did say you're a poo lover. Cosmic Cat. Welcome. Hello. How you doing? I am doing well, thank you. I have a question. What does the star symbol next to your name mean? Love the shapes on this. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. She's a sub. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think you're the first one to not have the first, like the, what is it, founder's badge or whatever. So I wasn't sure. Cool badge then. I like that. You sub. What? Jarsif. Thank you. I need to come up with a new alert sound for subscribers, I think. Make your own badge. I know. I need to do that. I'm gonna add that to my list of to-dos for Twitch. I've got several. So this guy's claws to be hot still, because there's a part in the script where he like brushes his claw up against someone and burns him. Anyway, I guess he could use his, you know, knuckle or whatever, but the claw's just claws are more dangerous, right? So if someone touches you with a claw, it just has a better effect. Okay. Wait. Volcanic glass-like claw. So you don't know the story behind this guy. So this is one of two metal dragons. So they're, anyway, long story short, they're metal and hot, and as they move, like as metal like compresses and stretches, it gets hot, right? So any place where they move, so like joints, super articulate spots, those get hotter, right? So the claws are, even though they're stationary, I still want them to be hot, right? So anyway, Randy, can I send my new Tinder account? I said don't post dating accounts. I said no dating profiles, please. Plus you're 14. Right? You shouldn't be on Tinder. You should be, you know, still drinking juice boxes and whatnot. Girls should still be gross. Just kidding. Just realized you're streaming today. I love your art. Nice to see you live. Thank you. Dreamer Eras? Where are you from? Apple Juice Gang Poo Lover. Man, you are... Egga, you are so weird. The claw's been super hot, like radiant right around the connection points then, and would cool towards the sharp tips. I did think about that. Israel. Nice. Wake up late, and that's why I'm not around much, but I want to change that. Awesome. I said no dating profiles. Okay, I do, let's see. I feel like they really saw a look at the claws as is, though. Were these metal dragons manufactured? They are, so they're magic. They're part of, so in the story, this is part of a project of mine that revolves around ancient mythologies and stuff. Not that there are metal dragons in mythology, but there's like these dragons that are part of like a gate. There's like this metal gate that has like two dragons depicted on it. And when the character in that pilot episode tries to get into this city, the dragons like melt off the gate and then form into these hot metal dragons. And also, guys, I watched the new Space Jam last night, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The CG Looney Tunes, though, man, I had a really hard time looking at them. Why would you do that to yourself? My kids really, really wanted to see it. My oldest son, he gets like super obsessed. with certain things. So like he was obsessed with Luca, and that's all he would talk about before it came out. Like, it's almost June, it's almost June. Luca comes out in June. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then he was obsessed with Boss Baby, and then he was obsessed with Space Jam. But we had to go see it. But it really, I mean, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But it was hideous. The CG, ugh. That was so bad. Need to watch Luca. It's good. I liked Luca. It was a fun movie. Didn't like the 3D version of Lola Bunny. Oh, yeah. It was really, really hard for me to watch. But I mean, my kids loved it. We watched the first Space Jam over the weekend. It's kind of, I don't think they'd really watched it. But I mean, I was obsessed with that movie as a kid. So it came out when I was, what, like 10? I think. Anyway, and I loved Looney Tunes. So I was obsessed. Anyway, so we watched that one over the weekend. They all loved it. And then we watched the new one, and I asked my kids last night, so which one did you like better? And they all like, oh, the new one. I'm like, what? And granted, it's like the same formula. You got a professional athlete who can't act that well, you know, mixed in with Looney Tunes and all of their jokes and stuff, but the old one was better because he had some legit good stuff in there. Some dude saying used to play the crap out of the PS1 Space Jam game. 5 favorite animated movies. Go ahead, guys. I think we have this conversation almost every day, but it never gets old. I always lean towards the new, flashy, overly rendered stuff, yeah. But kids grow up eventually. I mean, I liked some stuff when I was a kid. I go back and look at it, I'm like, what? How did I like this? How did I think this was good? Ronan Botha, thank you for the like. It's like we watched, I'm trying to remember, there was one movie we watched with the kids, like, oh, I remember this. And we watched it, I was like, wow, that was terrible. Oh, Indian in the Cupboard. I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie, but I remember as a kid thinking it was so cool. When we watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a terrible movie. So, Ega, Easy, Wreck-It Ralph, Lego Movie, Boss Baby, and You Don't Know. Fair enough. I have not watched any of the Studio Ghibli movies with them. Actually, is Little Nemo a Ghibli movie? I don't remember. We've watched that one with them. Emmett is dope. Okay, we've heard Emmett's, or not Emmett, Ega's, some of Ega's favorites. Ponyo, I have never seen Ponyo actually. But I mean, the Studio Ghibli films are all beautiful, and they all have like these interesting concepts, and they're super like creative, but they're also super weird, right? It's kind of hit and miss for me, hit or miss. I really like. I'm trying to remember my favorites. I really like Arrietty. What's that called? Blender Studios movies. Hey, what are you talking about? Coco's an absolutely wild ride. I think I've seen that one, actually. We talked about this yesterday, how I think like Japanese animation has got a lot going for it in terms of creativity and original ideas and stuff. But generally speaking, and this is, by no means all the time or every studio, but like Pixar or Disney's done a decent job lately. Like from a storytelling standpoint, I think most of the American studios have the Japanese ones beat. Not in every case, and not in with every film or whatever. But if you could just take the originality and the creativity of some of the Japanese concepts and kind of rein it in a little bit to tell a solid, grounded, focused story, that'd be great. That'd be like the perfect combination. Okay, let's see. Kiki's Delivery. Shapeshifting raccoons with the specific ability to shapeshift their testes. I had not heard of that one. Emmett is dope. Reminds me of someone I can't put the name of. Starts with an E and ends with an E, and there's a G in somewhere. Okay, Ega. So Ega relates to Emmett. Has projected Emmett onto himself. Pocoroso is one of my absolute favorites. Never seen it. I can tell you what some of my favorites are, but it's subject to change depending on what I remember day to day or whatever. But always in my top 5, I think, will be Into the Spider-Verse. That, to me, it's a nearly flawless movie. It's so good. Like the design, the animation, the music, the costume, like everything about it is just so solid. It's just a solid, good movie. Toy Story, I think, will always be one of my favorites. The original Toy Story. It's just funny. It's like a really funny movie, and I've grown to love it more as I've gotten older, which doesn't always happen, Man, you guys didn't tell me I made his arm way too short. Look at the length of this one, and then compare it to the length of this one over here. We're off by a bit. We're gonna have to take this. Bring it out here. And we're going to have to rotate it. It stills off a little bit. Great Elkarek. Thank you. Let's see. Spider-Verse is a freaking masterpiece. Agreed. Still gives me goosebumps and shivers when I see that Miles jumping scene. Super good. Lego's movies in my heart. It's a good one. Wreck-It Ralph. This is pretty good. Did you like Soul? I did. I thought it was good. I met one of the animators from Mexico that worked in Spider-Verse and was so inspirational. That's cool. Got me hard. Hits different. Especially as an artist. My goodness. Yeah, it's like the first time I watched it, Spider-Verse, first time I watched it, it was like, I was like cracking up the whole time. Like it just cracked me up. I thought it was so funny. Second time I watched it hit me hard emotionally, right? The emotional stuff got me. And then, you know, every time, it's good. Every time. Freaka2D, welcome and thank you for joining us and for following. Never met an animator artist in real life. That's okay. Any movies you watch the credits for 16 times? Because I have one. Like a Ralph right again. Got an obsession with that movie. So, Freaka2D, where are you from? What's your story? Is it Fricka or Freaka? From Argentina. Just here to learn something. Love your art. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just realized this guy's arm was way, or leg, whatever you want to call it, was too short. Kept thinking like, why, like, I was missing all this dark stuff in it. Figured out it was because, in my mind, it's like it doesn't have time to cool from the joint to the middle, so it must be shorter. So just so you know, whoever in Apple Juice Gang and Wreck-It Ralph Addict and Lego Boy says good night and bye-bye to everyone till Friday. Okay, good night. Yeah, you guys sleep well. We'll see you tomorrow. Anyway, Freaka. This is a character for a story of mine called Monomyth. It's a metal dragon that, as it moves, the metal heats up and cools down depending on how it moves, and so that's what we've been working on the past couple days. Spent 4 hours painting scales yesterday, which people stuck around for. I'm amazed, but submit it and you shall see it. Awesome. I'll take a look. And we'll get it opened up tomorrow. We'll do some painting over the top of it, or drawing, whichever. So for those of you who are new, Fridays are show and tell days. So usually start a stream by I'll just like share some of my favorite, or some art books and stuff from my collection, and then starting tomorrow, every so often, I'm not sure how often, for subscribers, we're gonna do reviews. Like, not just reviews, there's a section on, or there's a channel on Twitch where we do like give feedback and stuff in the chat and on the channel. But on the stream, we're gonna do like paint overs and drawovers and stuff for subscribers. So if you're a sub and you'd like to have one of your pieces critiqued on stream, put it in the sub chat, and we'll do that tomorrow. Now, if you're a subscriber and you're not on Discord, or you are on Discord but you're not in the sub role, let me know and I'll fix that, okay? If you're sub and you're not on Discord and you want to do the stream paint over, you can email it to me or let me know and we'll do it that way. Is Discord just open to anyone? Yes. Yeah, anybody can jump in. It's Twitch and Discord are both pretty new to me, so I'm still busy trying to get everything figured out and the best way to utilize all these tools and stuff. So your 2D just subscribed? What? Thanks, man. Or woman? I'm not sure which. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, Discord is supposed to somehow automatically add you to the subscriber role or the subs role on Discord, but if that doesn't happen, it hasn't happened so far. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but yeah, let me know and I'll get you put in there. Oh, and I forgot, I've got this voice channel. Anyway, on there in the sub channel, so any subscriber during the chat or during the stream can just talk if you want to talk rather than typing in the chat. But love a good art Discord. Well, I'm glad. Or I'm hoping this will become a really good one. Still, like I said, still figuring it out. So open to suggestions. I've read a bunch of suggestions that I haven't quite implemented yet, but I do plan on it. Dina, I haven't ignored yours. I just have been busy. Let's see, my English is not so good, but your work is amazing. I want to support your work a little bit because it is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're from Argentina. Your English is much better than my mastery of your language, so you're doing phenomenally. Joseph, by the way, your Discord settings under streamer mode, you can disable Discord sounds notifications. What? See? I did not know that. You often use the golden number in your designs, not consciously. Okay, how do you do that? Let's see, go server settings. Okay, Discord settings under streamer mode. I didn't know that was a thing. Is it in the server settings or is it, let's see. In your account settings, bottom left next to your username. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this, I'm learning new things. It's great. Streamer mode, there it is. Streamer mode. Cool. Sweet. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Very cool. I think I got it. Wait, Jeremiah Goodwin. How is it showing up? I guess it's showing up on. If anybody's comments have been showing up on the stream screen, I haven't been seeing them because I'm looking on my like Streamlabs chat. That's what I've been watching. So if you've commented and I haven't acknowledged it, it's because I haven't seen it probably. It's not showing up. So Jeremiah, where are you commenting from? Is it Facebook? Or YouTube or what? Maybe I can... make this bigger so that... Yeah, I totally did not see any of that. Sorry if people have been talking and I haven't acknowledged it. Promise I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose. These comments are from Facebook. Little profile pictures and full names. Oh, okay. Yeah, so sorry, Facebook people. I just assumed they didn't show up in the chat, but they didn't show up in the chat on the app I'm using, the program I'm using to stream with. So that's why I haven't acknowledged or seen them. So I apologize. So Jeremiah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna actually look at that now. Like I've said before, I'm still very new to this, still trying to figure things out. So I've made plenty of mistakes. So I'm trying to, I don't know how many subscribers we're at now, but we might have just unlocked a new emote for you subscribers. Let me check. I guess you guys could check too. Let's see. Nope, nothing going in the wrong place. Yeah, we're at 16 subscribers, so you guys should have 2 emotes unlocked. Or wait, no, never mind. There are more slots now, I think, to add emotes too, which I haven't done yet, so never mind. Never mind. I haven't added them yet, so forget what I said. I'm gonna need to design a bunch more emotes, I think. just so you guys, let's see, design a few emotes that are on Twitch under different categories. So those are all the emotes, and some of them are unlocked with subscription tiers, some are unlocked with like bit pledges, I think. Pledge for each year, 1,000 bits, whatever, unlocks an emote each year. I don't remember what the amounts are. Let me look real quick. Okay, so 1,000 bits, 5,000 bits, 10,000 bits. Unlocks the mad face, the LOL clown, and the hamster one. Probably change that up though. Well, the panda, thank you. I like your twerking gif, that's pretty fun. Josue Garcia has liked the stream. Thank you, Josue. Appreciate it. I'm also gonna, I think, or want to do stickers for Discord. Those are the larger ones, right? You might have one of them be this guy's head, the dragon face, or something. Might be fun. Like Balan Arroyo, thank you. keep losing my style. So there it is. Texture is so cool. You have a lot of patience for painting that. Thank you. I enjoy the process. I didn't used to. I used to have very, very little patience for painting, and I still sometimes get, like, if I'm up against a deadline, I'm painting something, I have a hard time doing it. And in that case, I usually try to speed things up by using different layer modes and mess around with things that way. But if it's just something personal and there's no rush or anything, I enjoy just, it's very relaxing to me to just sit and do it and kind of experiment with. Like, this guy has been very much an experiment. I've never painted something with scales before. I've also never painted something with this kind of effect, right? The metal, like the hot and cool metal and stuff. So this has been a very different sort of experience, but it's been fun. It's a nice thing about Twitch is like, thing I love about, well, there are lots of things that I've been really enjoying about it. I love the fact that I can talk nerd talk with people who understand and appreciate it, I love the fact that it's like a dedicated amount of time for personal work, which is awesome. Show to pursue. I don't know how to say that, but welcome and thank you. But yeah, it's nice to have. I know I'm not rushing myself because I know I've got like this dedicated time to just do personal stuff, which is great. So like this, if I was doing this in my ordinarily, like before Twitch, like I haven't touched this guy. I came up with this idea and wrote this script like 3 years ago, which I've said before, but I've never had this idea of this effect on these dragons, which I thought would be really cool, but I haven't, and I've wanted to paint it, but I never have because I haven't felt like I've had the time to do it. And so it's nice to have Twitch as that, that excuse to do stuff I wouldn't normally feel like I could justify taking the time to do. If that makes sense. You talk about your story process. You said you wrote a pilot. Did you write more episodes or whatever? So I've written several scripts for this story. As far as story process, I don't know. I think this whole project started out as just kind of a thought exercise. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. We were talking about mythology and stories and how we both we talked about some of our favorite stories, favorite shows, favorite books, and kind of the role that mythology played in a lot of those. A lot of people take inspiration from mythology or adapt mythology and with a twist, or incorporate it in, some other way, which is really cool, I think, because the thing that's cool about mythology is there are so many stories, and they've lasted this long, I think, because they're so, they've got like a certain weight to them. They're still relevant, right? People still love them, and people still tell them and bring them up or adapt them, over and over again. And we were talking about that, and then we were like, well, wouldn't it be cool if there was a story that tried to adapt all mythology, right? If you came up with some bigger mythology that was able to encompass all mythologies into one story. Because, mythology is already this huge well of ideas and stories. Wouldn't it be cool if there was one that took advantage of all of that and just straight up said, hey, all these mythologies are real. This is the world. This is what the world looks like when that's the case, right? And so that was kind of the idea behind the world of Monomyth, and the story just kind of evolved from there. We're like, okay, what would be the main conflict in a world like that, right? What would the world look like, and what would the people in that world struggle with? What would be their goals and aspirations? If you know that gods are watching, if you know that you're required to worship them, or you have to pay tribute to them, or whatever. What are your goals? What are your passions? What is it? How does that world change how people think and how they act? Right, and that's kind of where the idea came from. I have not read American Gods. I started it, and then I got partway through the first chapter and put it away because it got nasty. I don't like that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that was the idea, and thought, okay, thought about other stories that were similar, right, where you have people and gods interacting, right? You've got this common theme throughout most mythologies, which is this idea of fate, right? That gods are manipulating people and making them do things, or putting obstacles in their path in order to either mess with them or to get accomplish some purpose that the gods have, right? And so there's this consistent sort of theme that's present throughout almost every mythology, which is that gods are watching, and they either manipulate fate, or they, fate is like destiny is set in stone or whatever. Right? It's a very consistent sort of theme. And I thought, okay, well, how do we tell a story that kind of revolves around that idea, but isn't the same as other stories that have already been told, right? And I thought, well, I don't know, it all just kind of came organically, right? It all just kind of flowed organically out of this. Like, if this is what the world is, what are the conflicts, right? And that's not how I approach every story, right? I think a really good method of storytelling is to start with a conflict. Like, you start with, okay, the theme of this story is overcoming fears, or breaking free from oppression, or whatever. Nightshell, welcome and thank you. I think that's a really good way to write a story as well, is to come up with a conflict and then stick to that theme, and then build out from there, and make sure that every part of the story has to do with that theme and comes back to that. That's one thing I think is really important for any story. And to be a good storyteller, I think you need to be able to focus your story. I think too many storytellers get distracted by world building or whatever else, and they forget to kind of focus the story, have a purpose, and then the story just gets lost in all of the craziness, which I think is part of what happens with, like what we talked about with Japanese animation stuff. Sometimes they get so into the world and building out all these crazy ideas and stuffing them all in there that they forget to tell a good story. But do you do a bunch of storyboarding or actually write a script? Kind of a mixture. I have a journal, like a story journal, several story journals, where I'll just write down ideas and draw pictures. So I've got there's like a moleskin notebook where one side of the page is blank and then the other side is ruled. So you've got a blank page, like a sketchbook page, and then a page to write. And so I'll write story ideas and then do like a sketch to represent what I wrote, which is fun. I think that's a fun process. Really interested in the girl that is on the Discord panel. Is there a story or something about her anywhere? You're talking about the druid girl with the staff and the like robot arm? We came up with, like in the stream, we kind of started that. Like, she was, I think, second character we did. And the idea was, we're just like, okay, what about a theoretical, like a hypothetical Dungeons and Dragons campaign? People just spat out a bunch of ideas of stuff to draw. Blue one. Oh, that's a guy. The guy on my like my profile picture on Discord. He's part of this same story, this one with the dragons. Joseph can be a bit vulgar, but the story's really good. Audiobook is fantastic. Essentially, the idea is similar. Essentially, all of the gods exist and are all empowered by people's worship of them, but it's modern time and the people have forgotten them, essentially. Yeah, the concept, the whole idea of it sounds really cool. And I'd read some of other, like Neil Gaiman's other stuff, which I really liked. And so I'd heard good things about it, and I really liked the concept because obviously I really like mythology and all that stuff. So I thought, ooh, this will be cool. And then I started reading it. I was like, yeah, I don't enjoy reading that kind of stuff. But yeah, so the story behind the blue guy is like I said, this story is like takes all these mythologies and kind of mashes them together as part of one bigger mythology. On Twitch? Oh, wait. Let me look. Let me see what you're talking about. I don't even remember what I put on those panels. Let's look. Oh, that was just a doodle, just a sketch. It was like I was gonna do like a series of floating people, and there was like I'm trying to remember, there was some sort of story, but it was very, very shallow. It wasn't like a real story or anything. It was just this idea of a bunch of floating people and how they get around and stuff. So there's no real story. I think, okay, there's always story. I think no matter what you do as an artist, art is about storytelling. I think it's all about communication and saying something. Whether that's the story could just be an emotion or a thought. It could just be. I think no matter what you do as an artist, you're saying something, whether you realize it or not. And part of being a good artist and a good storyteller is realizing, saying things on purpose. If that makes sense, like knowing what you're doing when you're painting or writing music or writing a book or whatever. Knowing the kind of effect your art is going to have on the people who see it or hear it. Does that make sense? So I think no matter what you do, you're saying something. You're telling some sort of story. And with that one, I just wanted her to feel like this has been a little while. It's been. I'm trying to remember when that was. Anyway, just kind of a sense of exploration and wonder and kind of like his overall. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Night Shell. Wait, what just happened? I don't even know. Zach Thompson, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. What were we talking about? If you guys want to keep talking about it, I enjoy this sort of conversation, or I guess ramble, story journal. Oh yeah. So I do a lot of keep it in my bag, which is not in here, it's in my room, but keep it in my bag with a pen, and whenever I have an idea for a story, or even just any part of a story or concept or whatever, I'll pop the journal out, I'll write it down, anything that I want to remember, and then I'll just draw a little picture to go with it. Sometimes it's ideas for a whole story or a world or just a character, right? I've got different entries in there on different characters for different stories, right? Like, this is what's important to this character, this is their motivation, this is what they want, this is their goal, what they do, whatever, their role. And then, I mean, that's probably the only consistent part of how I write stuff, is that I keep that journal. But from there, I might go and like open a document and just write a bunch of story stuff. Like, I'll either write out the whole plot, or I'll write out like I've never just jumped into writing a script. I always plan it out first, you know. But script writing, I actually didn't try it out until, I mean, I guess it's been a few years, but granular do you go? Like, at what point do you start writing like actual dialogue? Depends, I think. Sometimes that's something else I'll do if I've worked out a story, or just the rudimentary parts of a story, and I get an idea. Like, I'm constantly running through stories in my head, right? Like, different scenarios and different ideas, and I'll be thinking about a story or whatever, just kind of thinking through character interactions and that sort of stuff, and like, oh, it'd be funny if this character said this, or if this situation happened, or this could be a really impactful moment or whatever, and then I'll open a document, write it down, right, and have all that stuff kind of grouped, or like put in folders or files together. But for the scripts that I've written have all been for this story. I think all the full scripts, like finished scripts I've written, have been for this story. They've either been short film scripts, or like there's the pilot episode that I wrote. But is it imperative to have a script? No, I don't think so. In fact, a lot of trying to remember which studio it was. There might be a few. So some feature animation studios, they'll start with storyboarding. They'll just jump into, say, okay, here's our idea. Here's kind of like the plot. Here are the characters. This is the idea. And some directors' approach is like, here's the idea, you hand it to the storyboarders, and they're the ones who they're the heavy hitters, right? Like, they're the ones who come up with the whole story, right? I was thinking Pixar. I think it's more than just them. I think a few people do it that way, or at least a couple. So it gives the artists a lot more control over the story, which is a good way to do it, I think, because it makes the whole process more collaborative, right? And then from there, like, the screenwriters or directors, they'll go over the boards and they'll come up with a script based on that. But a lot of times I'll just do an outline. I'll do like an outline of the story, and then from there I might jump from there into designing characters. Anyway, yeah, storyboarding is a really good way to get things started, because yeah, you can do a whole movie with just storyboards, you know, because you can write, like, storyboard artists, they'll write, you know, take notes, they might write the dialogue in there, whatever. So there's lots of, you can get away with working with just like storyboard artists and a director. You don't even necessarily need a screenwriter. Oh, Miyazaki, that guy is super talented. I love his paintings. But yeah, that's the thing I think that gets me excited more than anything else. Isn't like character design, but it's the storytelling aspect of it, right? The pretty toxic. I haven't heard anything about that. Like, if you think about it, as a character designer or concept artist, you're designing, people connect pretty strongly to characters and stories. And so the look of the character affects the way the audience experiences the story, right? Because they attach themselves to that character. So the design, there's like the visual aspect of the character, there's the script, there's the story, right? And all of that affects how people experience the story. And so, and for some people, it's the design more than anything, right? And so that's the fun part of it for me, is realizing, okay, this is, you know, thinking about the character and who they are and telling their story visually, right? Super cool, super fun. He's just a grumpy old man. Oh, bummer. I mean, I know I don't really know much about him other than, you know, he's retired like 12 times. RM Art, thank you for the like, appreciate it. Yeah, I love his paintings. I know he's very controlling of his projects and stuff, but so was Walt Disney, you know, so were a lot of people. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to call it today. It's after 1 and I've got other stuff I need to get done. So thanks you guys for stopping in. Keep dropping stuff. Anyway, again, I apologize if I missed any of your comments. If you're commenting on Facebook or whatever, I'll be better at catching those from now on, because I didn't realize that they were showing up. So anyway, yeah. You guys have anybody that you think we should raid? After I find my stylus. There it is. Looks like Naomi's online. We could do Naomi. there's this lady who does. Actually, maybe we'll do some miniatures. Oh, Aaron, you didn't miss much. I didn't start until a couple hours ago. It was a shorter one because I had an appointment this morning I had to be to. So you didn't miss a whole lot. We just painted a little bit and then just kind of chatted. But anyway, I think we're gonna raid Reaper Miniatures. Have you guys ever heard of that one? That one's a fun one, I think. She paints miniatures. I don't know if she sculpts them or not, but I watched her paint some, and it was really fun. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, name it just went off. That's where you've been. I see how it is. Okay. All right, we are going to raid Reaper Miniatures. Okay. Thanks, you guys, for watching. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow, make sure you jump in at the beginning of the stream, 9 o'clock. My time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. We're going to do show and tell, show you some art books and talk about them, and then after that we're going to do paint overs and draw overs for subs. Anyway,